Okay, here I folded into 4. I'll be cutting out the upper part first. Okay, all right. So here I have the length to be 11 inches, the half length 11 inch. I added extra 1 inch for the folding. I'll be using half to join it at the down part, and I'll be using half to tape my neckline. Okay, all right. So here I'll be coming down by, okay, for the shoulder I'll be using 4 inches. Okay, I'll be using 4 inch for the shoulder here. I'm making a dress, a jumpsuit for a 9-year-old girl. Okay, all right. For the armhole, I'll be using 4 inches. Okay, so at this line here, I will take my bust measurement. And the bust I'm working with here is everything approximately to, okay, I'm using bust of 28 inches into 4 to give us 7 inch. Okay, all right. I'll be adding 1 inch because you know it's not that fitted. I'll just be adding 1 inch for ease, and I'll be adding half inch for my seam allowance. Okay, all right. Then here for the waist, I'm working with 25 inches. Okay, into 4 to give us 6.25. Okay, because there will be elastic at the waistline, I'll be adding extra 2 inches here, then half an inch for my seam allowance. So I'll just connect this. Okay, all right. So for the neckline, I'll be coming down by 1.5 inch. Hope you're seeing what I'm doing. I'll be coming down by 1.5 inch. Okay, all right. And I'll just connect it to this 4 inch at the shoulder part. Okay, the back neck and the front neck will be the same thing. Okay, all right. So here I will just connect this to the armhole. Okay. So I'll just go ahead now and cut this out. Okay, so this is what we have for the upper part of our dress. Okay, so now we'll cut out the down part. Okay. Okay, here, so whatever thing I have at the waist of this upper part, I'll also mark it at the waist of this down part. Okay, all right. Okay, so here I have all together, I make everything to be 9.25. Okay, all right. So here I will add extra 2 inches to the down part, and the length I'm working with here is 16 inches for the down part. I added extra 2 inches for my folding. Okay, I'll be using 1.5 here to fold it, and I'll use half to join it at the upper part. All right. Okay, so here I have my 18 inches here. Okay, all right. So what I will do next is the flap. I'll be using 10 inches for the flap. Okay. Okay, so just mark that thing to the line of thus my waist measurement. Okay, I'll mark my 10 inches here. So I'll just connect it straight. Okay, all right. So coming down to this place, I will add extra 2 inches to what I have at my waistline, and what I have here is 9.25 plus 2 to give us 11.25. Okay, so I'll mark down my 11.25 at this down part. Okay, all right. So here I will also come out by that same of my 2 inches that I added to this place. Okay, so I'll just join it to this line. Okay, so here I will just connect it this way. Coming down here, I will just connect it. Hope you are seeing what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll just connect it like so. Okay, you can make use of a French curve to do this, but if you don't have it, you can just use your hand to connect it. Okay, all right. So here I will just come down. It's either you come down straight, okay, to join this. Let me just make it so that it will be visible and clear enough. So just connect it with a straight line this way. Okay, but I don't want it to be this straight, but you can do it this way if you want. But I'll be coming in here by half an inch. Okay, I'll come in here by half inch. Okay, so I'll just connect this my half inch to this line. From here I'll connect it to this half inch. Okay, so at the line of this my half an inch, I will go up by this my 1.5 that I will use to join it. So I'll just go up here by 1.5 at this second line, at this half an inch line, not at the first line that we drew, at the line of this half an inch that we came in by. I will go up by 1.5. Okay, so when I go up by this 1.5 now, I will now connect it again straight to the first line. I will tell you and I will explain to you why I did what I did. From this 1.5 that we came up with, I connected it again back to this inch. Okay, so when I'm cutting it out now, I will cut it out this way. From this first, our initial straight line, I will cut it to this 1.5. Okay, then I will now go up. Okay, if you're still watching till now, thank you so much. And please, if this is your first time, help us by hitting on that red icon to subscribe. Subscription is absolutely free. Okay, so this is what we have. All right, so why I did what I did here to bring this thing out at this shape, if I now fold it with this 1.5, you see, so that it will now line up with this part. Okay, I'll just use my iron to hold it firm. Okay, all right, so I'll just go ahead now and stitch up this part. Okay, I've used my iron to bend inwards this folding and the ones at the down parts. Okay, so what I will do now is to stitch this place up. Okay, then after that I will turn to the wrong face and stitch up this place first. I'll stitch up this place and I'll do the same thing to this one. Okay, so when I do it, I'll come back and show you how we are going to be joining the two together. Okay, all right, so for the upper part, it's either you use the strip of your dress, okay, to do the tapings, or you can use your bias, but I choose to use my bias for it, just to combine the colors and bring it out more. Okay, all right, so what I will do now is to, first of all, I'll be taking the neck of my dress, okay, this way. you know that our bias is inward this way. So what I would do is to fold it into two like this, so that the taping will be this way. It will be showing at the front part and at the back part of our dress. So I will just fold it and I'll close it up, stitch it up this way. Okay, so when I do it for the front, I'll also do it for the other parts of the dress. Okay, then after that I will now tape our armhole. So I will do the armhole the same thing, so that the bias will be showing at the back and at the front. But here I'll be having excess of it because I want the dress, I want it to for the baby to be tying it at the shoulder part. Okay, so I'll have excess here so that you can use the excess to tie the back and the front of the dress. Okay, all right, so I'll just go to the machine now and do the stitching, then do tape the necks and the armhole. Then I'll also, after that, I will join here. I will join the two body. Okay, from the wrong face I will use the half an inch that we added to stitch it up. Then I'll come back and show you how we'll be joining this two. Okay, all right. Okay, so I've carefully taped this, as you can see. Very, very nice and beautiful. Okay, all right. Okay, as you can see that my bias comes out both at the back and at the front. The same thing goes to the armhole. Okay, and I use half an inch to shape it down. Okay, all right, so for the down parts I've folded it and I've also closed this place. So what I will do next is to join the two this way like so, but I will turn it at the right face so that when I sew it I will be sewing at the inner part of the shirt. Okay, all right, so I will just hold it up this way, then I'll use my half inch to sew it up. So I'll just sew it with half an inch till here. Okay, then I'll sew again till here. Okay, so I'll just sew it round. Okay, all right. Okay, so what I will do now is to, okay, sorry, I've closed up this place and as you can see. Okay, so the next thing to do is to fold the upper part into two and notch out the midpoint. Okay, so turning at the wrong face of this and at the right face of this, I will just flip this in this way. I'll just flip it in. Okay, and make sure that my notched place meets with this joining and the other one meets with this joining. Okay, all right, so I'll go ahead and sew it round. Okay, so I'll just go ahead now and sew this round, and after that I'll also stitch it all with my elastic. Okay, I'll also stitch it up with my elastic, and when you are fixing your elastic, make sure you draw it. As you are sewing, you are dragging your elastic. Okay, and for the waist altogether we use 8.25, so I'll just minus 2 from the 8.25 to give us 6 6.25. Okay, so that's 6.25 now into 2 will give us the 12 and a half. So I can also just make it 13. So I'll be cutting out 13 inches of my elastic. So that is what I will be using for the round waist. Okay, all right, so I'll just go to the machine now, join this first, and at that same line that I sewed it, that I joined the both the down part and the upper part, is the same line that I will attach my elastic. Remember, as you are sewing, you are dragging your elastic. Okay, so thank you so much for watching till the end. So we'll meet in my next class. I'll just come back and show you the result and the outcome of it. Okay, thank you so much.